What's good, everybody? Welcome on in. This is a very special Carpool Gaming presents our Summer Game Fest 2024 predictions. I am one of your hosts, the level 199 human Dark Lord, Ryan Turford, and I am joined by an awesome and esteemed panel of Carpool Gaming hosts, starting off with the mayor of Raccoon City, Matt. How's it going, Matt?
Very, very good. I'm very excited tonight. I have some wild predictions tonight. It's really just me summoning what I want. I don't even care if it's realistic, but you know what? If I put it out into the universe, I'm hoping Jeff Keighley will feel the vibe and be like, you know what? Let's give it to him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we could all hope for anyways. But of course, we're also joined by the Helldivers Master, Fiona McKinnon. How's it going, Fee?
I'm doing fantastic. Super excited to sit down with all three of you and just talk about crazy wild predictions. I know, Matt, you mentioned you were slightly concerned about bringing wild predictions. I think you should make them even wilder. You think they're wild, just turn up the knob just to break it off. Why not? Just break off the knob and just let it go. Because here we are. Because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes we see some crazy stuff happening at Summer Game Fest. So I'm pretty excited, and I'm really excited to talk about our predictions.
Nice. I'm glad Jeff Keighley couldn't talk us down after he tried to go on X today and be like, please don't be too excited about Summer Game Fest. But of course, I would be remiss if I didn't also introduce our final panelist here, the bearded one. Seth Sturgill's also here. Hi, Seth.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, everybody. I've been podcasting all day. I have a Hall's lozenge in my throat, and I am thrilled to be here. I come to you guys from the future. I'm time traveling. I know everything that will be announced at Summer Game Fest, and I am going to reveal all tonight with my predictions. Okay?
Excellent. No crystal ball needed, just a time machine, flux capacitor. That's all you need, right?
Yeah, this is Back to the Future vibes. This is sports almanac vibes right now, Ryan.
Or you sending yourself back into the past an hour, basically, from the future. Kind of like the dog that was the first time traveler in that movie. God,
that's true.
Back to the Future is such a great movie, you guys. Can we just talk about that instead?
So good.
We don't need to talk about Summer
Back to the
Fest.
Future cast.
Yeah. Anyways, we of course each decided to bring 3 bold Summer Game Fest predictions tonight, and we're going to go through them. And after we do our reactions to Summer Game Fest, which are happening this Friday at in the afternoon, we will of course be crowning the winner of the predictions, of course, starting of course at I think 4:45. I think is when it starts, right, Seth?
I think that's right.
Yeah. So tune in this week, this Friday with us to watch Summer Game Fest. Tune in with us. Oh my God, you guys, it's too much. It's breaking my brain.
It's a lot.
Now, here's what we're going to do. Now, on a lot of our prediction shows this year, we haven't done odds. We've mostly just awarded normal points. But tonight, folks, we're bringing back odds because Matt's crazy predictions might pay off, because if one of them's right, he may just earn all the points. Because if people don't know how this works, essentially after each prediction is made, we will then go around and decide the odds of that happening. Of course, it's a 1 through 10 scale. We will award someone 10 points if their prediction is out of the stars. There's no way in heck it could possibly happen. That kind of prediction, a crazy prediction, as one might say. Whereas a 1 is reserved for the safest predictions that you might have seen on a message board somewhere that you know is actually real. Or in Seth's case, you used a time machine to travel back from the future, and you have that information already. Like Seth, you might just earn all 1s tonight.
I'll take it. All I'm going to need is 3 points, Ryan.
Well, if the PlayStation Drive's prediction show was any indication, I mean, 1 point was all you needed in order to win that one.
Apparently.
That's it.
Yeah. So we're going to go around. We're going to do 3 predictions each. And of course, we'll have a round of honorable mentions as well. So who, pray tell, would like to go first? Do I have any volunteers? So who would like to go first?
I want to hear Matt's. I want to hear the wild stuff.
All right.
You want the wildest one, or you want my safest one?
Whatever you want to do, man.
Whatever you want. Go for it.
Yo.
I'm gonna go with the safe one before someone else takes it. So we know how Sony is. They had their state of play, but for some reason they don't always do their big stuff at their own showcases. I feel like feels like a slap in the face to Sony ponies, but you know what? That's just how they roll. I think they saved something for Summer Game Fest, and I think at this Friday they're going to announce Horizon Zero Dawn remake for 2025. Feels like a slap in the face, but people like me will be like, it's okay. Give me the remasters, give me the remakes, slap me in the face. It's okay.
Wow.
You just sound like you really want to be slapped in the face. That's all I really got from
wants
that
to be
prediction.
slapped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron does it regularly, so yeah, I guess so. Virtually.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's a
Well, lock it in.
That's a bold prediction because like it would be weird if Sony had like a bit like probably one of their big first party franchises show up at Summer Game Fest and not their own thing. So
I feel like it's not a big one because it's a remake from a PS4 game. So I feel like that's their justification for it, as opposed to like Horizon Zero Dawn 3 or Ghost of Tsushima 2. So it's not like a massive announcement. And like I said, like we've discussed this on PlayStation Drive, do we really need a Horizon Zero Dawn remake? No. Will I buy it? Yes.
yeah. No, I'm in the same boat. I would play it again. I'd go for the platinum again because I have the platinum in that game. So it's totally believable.
Nice.
So I'll set the stage as far as awarding your odds here. I think this is a solid 9 because again, it doesn't make any sense to me that Sony would not announce this game at their own showcase and would announce it at Jeff Keighley's thing instead. This wouldn't be the first time that they've announced something at the Keighley's in some capacity before, but it's never been like a week and a half later after their own event. So
Sure.
I'm giving you a 9. The only reason I'm not giving you a full 10 on this one is simply because of the fact that we've already heard rumors that this is a thing that's in development. So like I have to at least deduct you 1 point for creativity. But Fee, what do you think about this prediction? How many points do you think it earns?
I mean, you know what? I kind of agree with Matt. I think this is essentially them being like, hey, you know what? We know that we announced all of our stuff. It's almost like that like overachieving mom at the PTA that's just like, I've already done all this stuff, but let me come in last minute and just like wow everyone because I can't let anyone succeed without my name on it. So I'm going to give you a 6. I think it's like, it's still a little bit outlandish, but it's reasonable because they've done it in the past. I agree. So I think I would a solid 6 for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
So I kind of forgot about this. Riley King brings up a good point in the chat. Remember when they announced the Last of Us remake at Summer
I was going to
Game
bring that
Fest?
up. Yeah.
It stole Seth's thunder a little bit. So Seth, go ahead.
That's okay. I mean, I do, of course, know everything that's going to happen, but to keep things interesting, I will pretend like I don't. Yeah, I'm going to give you an 8 on this one, I think. I'm kind of with Ryan. I think it's maybe like a hair more likely, but I am kind of with Ryan. I do feel like even though, yeah, The Last of Us remake was a Summer Game Fest thing, I think the difference with that is like, didn't they wheel out, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey for that? Like, wasn't it tied into the show,
Yeah.
And so we don't got something
Yes,
like that for we don't have anything like that for Horizon, at least not yet. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a big reason for it here. But who knows? Maybe. Give you an 8.
Yeah. Nice. That's a pretty impressive total, man. So
I'll take it.
Good first prediction. Good first prediction. All right, Fee, you are up next because we are officially going in clockwise order.
Whatever
Clockwise
that
order.
means.
Okay. So today, Jeff Keighley tried to downplay everything. And here, as much as I love this series, and I didn't talk about this on the Xbox Drive, I think they're going to announce some sort of IP when it comes to Ace Attorney, like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, because there's no Capcom showcase this year. There's no talks about that. And you know what? It's underappreciated. People need to get on this freaking train. It's an amazing series. You guys can play it everywhere at this point. You can play it on mobile. You can play it on consoles. It's not just for Nintendo, everybody. It's for everybody. And for that reason, I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to announce a new title for it because we're seeing a lot of them being moved over to PC. We've also seen one even go to Game Pass, which is phenomenal. So I think that they're going, because once again, as much as I appreciate Keighley, Phoenix Wright is just underappreciated. So I think that kind of just goes with the theme right now.
Aw. Yeah, this is one that sounds like you're just trying to will this one into existence, but I appreciate the hustle.
And I'm here for it. And I'm here for
Exactly.
it.
I like it.
I will be here.
I want it to.
But it's not out of the realm of possibility, especially because I don't know if y'all saw today, bunch of people, content creators that are attending Summer Game Fest received special invitations in the mail from Capcom saying there's going to be a bunch of interesting announcements from Capcom at Summer Game Fest.
Well.
Ooh.
Okay, I've not been on Twitter today. I'm putting my hands up. I have been doing all sorts of other stuff. I've not been on Twitter, so I don't know anything about this.
Intriguing.
Intriguing. I am all here for it.
Yeah. Yeah, because to your point, they're not doing their own showcase this year, so I guess everything they have to announce they'll be at Summer Game Fest this year. So look out for that. But it's time to decide Fee's fate here with points here. And Seth, I'll go to you first. How realistic is this prediction?
You would hear no objection from me on that fee. However, I would love nothing more. Nothing would give me more pleasure than for that to be announced. I'm going to split right down the middle of this. I'm going to give you a 5 with it. We have seen, blessedly, we do have a good amount of Ace Attorney games that have been sort of, especially the 3DS ones, which were, otherwise going to die on the 3DS, have been recently ported to Switch and PC and everything, which is great. Makes me very happy. But yes, I would love to see the continuation of it. I want more Miles Edgeworth in my life more than basically anything else. So yeah, it would make me very happy, and I think there's some likelihood to it. So I'll give you a 5.
You know what? I appreciate the 5. I'm
Yeah.
super thrilled by that. I appreciate it, Seth. No objections here.
I love
Thank you so much. Ryan, what would you give points wise for this prediction?
I'm glad you asked because you seem so happy with a 5 Fee. But what if I told you I was thinking of giving you a 7 for this one? Because I actually think that if there is going to be a new Phoenix Wright game, they won't announce it at Summer Game Fest. It'll be announced at the Nintendo Direct and not there. Because Summer Game Fest tends to be the place where the big games are announced, or like the games that are like in the conscious sphere of the casual player, as it were. Like it's usually a good mix of the two of those. And generally something of the size of Phoenix Wright isn't always announced at a showcase like this. It might be more in line with something like Nintendo's showcase. So that is the reason you're getting a 7 from me, but still really high, mainly because, again, I still think it's too soon for them to bring out a new Ace Attorney, because I think that might be a next year kind of thing too. So I'm giving you a 7.
You know what? Valid. Appreciate the 7. And Matt, what do you think about a new Ace Attorney title?
I would love a new Ace Attorney title, but I really feel like Capcom doesn't care about that IP. It's
What?
just sad. I want more, but I feel that way.
It's true.
I don't feel like they're not giving enough love to it. And I do agree with Ryan's thinking, like, if they're going big at Summer Games Fest, I think they're not. I don't think that's the title they're going to be revealing. So I'm going to give you an 8. If they do announce it, I'll be happy. Very happy. But I feel like they're going to go bigger with something like, I don't know, a new Devil May Cry game, or Resident Evil
The
stuff.
same Monster
Personally,
Hunter Wilds trailer we saw like 2 days ago. is what it'll be.
Blink twice, Seth, if any of this is true, because you're from the future. You obviously know.
There'll be no blinking from me, Ryan.
Okay.
No blinking
ever.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, ever. For the rest of the show.
Oh my God.
By the end, just tears.
Just tears streaming down my face.
She's gonna have the
No
reddest
tells.
eyes by the end of the
What
show.
in the Clockwork Orange is happening? Okay. You know what? I appreciate the points. I am hopeful. I sadly kind of agree with Matt. I don't think the Capcom really appreciates the title, but you know what? I'm here and I appreciate it. So yeah, next person on the docket, Seth.
It's Seth, yes.
Okay. The lights dim, and America's sweetheart Kevin Hart takes the stage. America's sweetheart, famed actor Kevin Hart, takes the stage to unveil a new movie trailer for the upcoming Borderlands film, to be segued out of with the reveal of a new Borderlands game right here on the Summer Game Fest stage. What do we think?
Let's go.
All right. Seth, if it was just Kevin Hart with a movie trailer for Borderlands, you would have gotten a flat 1 from me.
Okay.
Because of course that's going
Agreed.
to happen.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But because you changed it into the next Borderlands game, which,
Yes.
people might forget that 2K did announce like a month and a half ago that their next big game in the big franchise of theirs, that's not Grand Theft Auto, was going to be announced at Summer Game Fest.
Yes.
So Borderlands is probably a pretty safe guess, which is why I've tallied up the total, Seth.
Please.
I'm giving you a 5.
I'll take it. Thrilled with it. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got, Matt? What do you got for me?
I feel like it's going to be like I'll give you a 7. I'll give you a 7 because
Okay.
I do feel like it's guaranteed that Borderlands trailer is going to show up. Is Kevin Hart really going to show up? I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
he's top dog on the planet. Like, I mean, it's Jeff Keighley. He's got friends, but like,
He got
can
The
he
Rock
actually
to
snag
show up
Kevin
there.
Hart? Isn't Kevin Hart bigger than The Rock? I mean, not physically, but
He's not
box
physically
office wise,
bigger, but
No.
yeah.
in terms of clout. I don't know. So that's why it is a bit. That's why it's a 7 because
Now,
I'd be very impressed if Kevin Hart shows up.
had I said Kevin Hart appears on The Rock's shoulders, like, as if they were like in a swimming pool, what would you say to that, Matt?
That's a 1. Obviously, it's going to happen that way. Of course,
That's obvious.
If there'd be
Yeah,
an announcement, obviously.
Now, this is an important clarifying question, Seth, for the point totals for future Ryan to tally this. Luckliffe asked, what if the stage brightens instead of darkens?
No
What happens
points.
then? No
The stage
points?
must darken. Yes.
Oh my God.
It must darken. Yes. Could you imagine if that's what lost me the,
Yeah.
the points?
Well-
I mean, hey.
I mean,
take
Matt came very close to winning the PlayStation Drives thing, but he went too far with his prediction, which I think he might have
1
done
month.
a little bit with this one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Fee, what do you got for me?
Okay, so here's the dealio. I think that you are really close to this, mostly because after what we saw not last week, but the week before, he was on Kai Cenat's Twitch for a good solid 6
Oh.
hours. This man is definitely
I didn't know this.
sprinkling some ideas. And so I definitely think this is very probable. Honestly, I would have probably even taken a step further and say that he's probably going to announce he's opening up a Twitch channel because
Let's go.
he knows that T-Pain has a channel. He called T-Pain out for only gifting 50 subs rather than 100 subs.
Is that
It was
right?
a whole 100%. I watched
Drama.
it. It was insane. Wild times. First he thought that gifting subs was a bad thing, and then he said that he was a terrible person, but then he got corrected and then said, well, I saw this other person gift 100 and you only gifted 50. You seem really cheap. And so for that reason, I think he's going to start a Twitch channel to specifically start a beef with T-Pain, but that's here nor there because that's not part of your prediction.
No, it isn't.
But I'm just going on a rant because you know what? It was a wild few hours of me watching that stream because I've never watched that
love
man in my
this.
life, and it was hilarious. So I definitely think it's going to be a 4. I think it's
Okay.
very reasonable. I think it's actually you know what? No, I'm going to push it to a 5 mostly because you just completely took it out of left field and said if they brighten the stage, you get no
Yes.
points whatsoever,
Right.
which I have made a note of it in our predictions list, specifically stating that you are good. Now, does that mean just no points on that one or just no points in general? Because
Oh,
if
no,
you got
just no points
in
on that
general-
one. Let me
okay.
not throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's not
Okay, because here's the thing. I've seen that before, and I'm just like, you know what? Usually when you go out of left field like that, you lose all your points.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that would be hilarious. I mean, I would give you more points for that. But here nor there, I give you a 6. No,
I'll
I
take
said
it.
Yeah, you know what? 6. We're stopping at 6. I'm keep on raising
Yep.
it every time I talk. We're gonna keep it at 6.
I'll take it.
Before we go any further, I would like to revise the amount that I gave Seth. I've been talked into by this. Seth, I'm actually going to give you 7 points for this.
Okay.
Because if the lights don't dim properly, you get nothing. That's
nothing.
really specific. That's
The
really
lights must
specific.
dim.
Yes, it has to. And if they don't, you get nothing. So I think
Yep.
that actually deserves more bonus points.
Thank
So you.
you.
Get a 7.
Yeah.
Sean
Well, I
Caprice
see-
trying to talk me into an 8. No. he's getting a 7 from me, Sean.
I'll take it. Heart Squad come through.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Good God. I mean, we obviously know there's going to be a Borderlands trailer too, so it's just like, of course there
Let's
is.
go,
sure.
baby.
Yeah. I mean, it just might be Jamie Lee. What if it's Jamie Lee Curtis that shows up instead of
No points. It's got to be Kevin Hart.
No
Yeah.
points.
I can see that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My first prediction. I'm very excited about this, and this is very similar to Fee's prediction. I'm trying to will this into existence, and it also has to do with Capcom, because of course it does. A new Mega Man game is announced. My money is actually on Mega Man Mega Man 12, but it could be X9 or Battle Network. But I'm just going to be very broad and just go for the safe pick and just say a new Mega Man game is announced, because that's crazy enough already. Because Mega Man, as we know, it's not a well-selling franchise at all, but it's one of those things where it's like very popular with for the fan base out there. And I feel like even though, you know, maybe it hasn't sold well as some of the newer Ace Attorney trilogy games, there's like a nostalgic factor to Mega Man for a lot of people, and I feel like that is why you would see something on this stage for Mega Man as opposed to Ace Attorney, which might be at the Nintendo Direct as an example. So, I mean, Capcom's got something here that it's not Monster Hunter, and I mean, it's either this or the other game that I'm sure Matt will talk about later that I'm not going to steal from him. So I'm putting all my chips in because I want this to happen. Mega Man, a new Mega Man game starring our own Mega Man himself, Sean Capri, will be there.
That's right. That's him.
So, Matt, starting with you, how likely is this to happen? What do you think?
So I just want to confirm it's any Mega Man title.
Yes.
We're
Now,
going broad,
in
right?
fact, I'm gonna make it more specific. Again, it is a new Mega Man game.
So not a collection.
No collections. No
So
old
not a
games.
collection.
Yeah.
Okay.
A brand new Mega Man game of some kind.
I'm gonna go with the 5 because I actually feel like this is the time for something for Mega Man coming, because they released, what was it, Battle Network? Was it last year or 2 years ago? So I mean,
Yes,
It
last
was
year.
last year, yeah.
yeah. So there is still some love for this franchise. So I do feel like it is going to be it. And like Ryan said, like Capcom, I mean, besides Resident Evil, they're going to come up with something else. And so I feel like it's a safe bet. Now, if you're very specific and you're like, it's X9 or a new Battle Network, then I might crank it up to like an 8 because it's very specific. Because I don't know which way they're going to go. Like, I don't know if they want to continue going broad with just a new Mega Man title, or maybe they want to go back with X or more be Battle Network, given if it was popular for sales. I'm kind of curious to see where they'll go with it, but I agree. I do feel like Mega Man's coming back, baby.
Yeah, it's the time. It's the time. The Blue Bomber's coming back, baby. I can feel it. I mean, again, Seth, don't blink twice from if this is correct.
No blinking.
Oh,
No blinking.
Ever.
you're breaking my heart.
Ever.
Fee, how about you?
See, I want to be hopeful for you. You give a lot of hope for Ace Attorney, and I want to give the same hope for you. I'm going to have to give it a 7, though. I'm hopeful, so that's where it's a little bit on the lower side, but I'm going to have to give it a 7 because, I'm not going to lie, I just feel like the people, like, they're just enjoying the pain of the Mega Man like fans every time that they have a new showcase and they like do Summer Games Fest. There's Game of the Year and everyone's like, they're going to announce a new Mega Man, and it just never happens. And so for that reason, I'm going to give you a 7 because I think they're just stringing everyone along, and then in the future, they'll just announce it. So I'm going to have to give you a 7.
This feels like it's spoken from experience as an Ace Attorney fan on your side as well. It's like
Every
very
time.
similar situations, right? Like that's
Exactly.
How it feels like.
That's why like I feel for you, and that's why the 7 came about.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Seth, what about you, man?
I was actually feeling 7 as well. Yeah, I'm with Matt. Had you said like it's Mega Man X9 or whatever, I would have gone higher. But I think it's fairly unlikely. I don't know. Like, as much as I would love it, I actually think Mega Man 11 is like very underrated. So I would quite enjoy that. But I don't know. I feel like this is a little. I sort of feel like you guys, like, I hate to say, I sort of feel like Capcom's presence at this is just literally, hey, you want to see Monster Hunter Wilds again?
Oh my God.
I
I certainly hope
Possible.
not.
don't know.
What could be worse, Seth? Exoprimal Season 2. They're there to announce
let's go.
Exoprimal
Oh
Season
my
2.
god,
Or better
I'd be
yet,
so
just,
mad.
just Exoprimal 2, just a full sequel, just straight up. I mean,
But they had
What
all
a
the
slap
Mega
in
Man
the face.
outfits kept to Exoprimal recently, so maybe they have more stuff to announce.
that's true. Yeah, I was going 7 as well, Ryan. I'm with
Okay.
you on this.
Thank you very much. Yeah, there you go. So a couple 7s and a 5. I'll take it. I'll take it for Mega Man. The signs are there. I feel like my boy is coming back. And you know what? If we get that and Ace Attorney like both announced this year, like
Huge.
we're like kings.
Exactly.
winning.
Feasting.
Yeah.
We're gonna
We're
be
winning.
cheering, and then I'm probably gonna walk off for a second because I will be hyperventilating because it's just gonna be too much information. And then I'm gonna be like, Jeff Keighley lied to all of us. He was downplaying this entire thing, saying, "Oh, you shouldn't get excited," and then he just drops all this. I won't be able to handle it.
Well, I mean, he did say that his personal hype level for it is an 8 out of 10. So I mean, it's not.
Oh my
A
god.
lie.
Yeah.
Hype overload. Come on.
Well, I mean, people in his Twitch chat were asking about, Hollow Knight Silk Song and stuff. He's just like, no, none of that stuff's going to be there. So just don't expect that. So already the Hollow Knight Silk Song fans just don't have to worry about it because we just know it's not there. But all right, Matt, second prediction, my friend.
All right, I'm not going to go safe with the Capcom franchise that Ryan and I adore. I'm going. I feel like I've already willed that into Universe on the PlayStation Drive, so I'm not going to do it tonight. I am going to will into the Universe from Square Enix. They're going to announce a third Nier game. I had to, everybody. I need it. I want it.
Had to do it.
And here, hold on before. Come back, Ryan. I don't want to lose you yet. I think this is the right time because number one, the Nier Automata anime series is still popular. It's still going. It's coming out. Season 2 is coming out in July. So they want to capitalize on that hype. And honestly, it's just been a very long time since Yoko Taro's done a game. I don't see them continuing with Voice of Cards. I love those games, but I don't know if they got the sales numbers that they wanted to. Square Enix has.
10 people bought them, Matt.
Yep.
10 people bought them.
Well, I bought 11 copies, so that's impossible. Okay. But no, I think they're going to announce Nier 3. I don't think they'll do an a release date, but I think they'll at least announce it for sure.
Okay.
Please give it to me.
All right, Fee, we're starting with you on this one. What do you think?
Oh, good golly. See, the thing is, the moment that you said Nier, I was just teleported back to Shadowbringers because of the Final Fantasy XIV raid. And then it slightly concerned me because I'm like, Dawn Trail's coming out. Holy, like, this would be the time to bring out a Nier game because then they'd be like, here's a new Nier raid in Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail. And then Ryan's going to be so excited about it. And
But we
it's gonna
already
be
know that it's Final Fantasy 11 this time and not Nier. They already announced that.
True. Oh, my goodness. You know what? I'm gonna have to give you an 8. I don't think this is probable.
Oh. Not a 10.
Yeah. Not. I mean, you know what? It's because here's the thing. It's like it's wild, but it's not like my mind is like I don't think this is out of the realm of craziness. So I'm gonna have to give you an 8. A solid 8, leaning towards a 9, but it's definitely solidly like it's leaning to the 9, but it's an 8 for me.
All right.
Yeah. Not like Riley King, who gave you 10 points in the chat, by the way.
Boom!
I
Instantaneous.
don't blame you. I don't blame you, Riley. I just want it so bad.
I like how the craziest thing is I gave you an 8, not because you gave this prediction. It was wild that I gave an 8 for this. But I want to know, Seth, what would you give?
The first 10 emerges tonight.
There it is. There it
I
is.
give you a 10 for this one. There ain't no way this is happening. There's no shot. I would love it. I love Nier Automata. I don't get to talk about Nier Automata that much. I love that game. Nothing would make me happier. There's no way it's happening here. If it does happen, it's going to be at a completely different, if it's even an event at all. Like Nier's the kind of thing, I feel like they could announce that literally anywhere and it would make sense. I don't know if it's like a main stage summer game fest sort of thing. It's a, as much as I love Nier, it's still fairly niche. So yeah, no, you get a 10 for that one.
There you go. The first 10 emerges. But also, the first 20 emerges because guess what?
Oh, snap.
10. No. Just no, Matt. That's not happening.
Not happening.
If it happens at all this year at all, it'll either, to Seth's point, it'll be its own event, or it'll be
Tokyo
at
Game
Microsoft's
Show,
event. That's how that'll work. That Microsoft will put up the money for the next Nier game. So
You think so, eh?
yes. So I no. It's just no 10. Just get out of here.
Okay, but wait. But so you're saying if it doesn't happen now, it'll happen in a few weeks at Microsoft's event. So it's still coming out.
Not in a few weeks.
This year.
Microsoft. It's a couple
Are the
days.
days?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'll-
again,
you know
I'm
what?
I'm not saying that's happening this year, but I'm saying if it gets announced, if it's happening this year and it's coming out this year, it'll be on at the Xbox show. Because I think they will pony up the money for that, just like they have been with a lot of Square stuff lately. So,
I'll take it.
real quick, I want to address this question from Presto the Magnificent, who asks, what podcast feeds is this actually going to be on? Well, I'm glad you asked, Presto, because it's going to be on all of them. We actually are putting this out on all the podcast feeds in the morning. So, yeah. So if you have to dip out of the live stream tonight, first off, of course, this video on demand will exist on YouTube, but also we will have this on all the audio feeds and on Patreon. So there you go. But anyways, check a look. Moving on, Fee, second prediction.
My second prediction. So when I first met Sean Capri, I went on an Xbox Predictions podcast, and I specifically talked about a game, and I think they're gonna announce a new XCOM game. I think it's a good time. It's been about 4 years since they announced a new one. So Chimera came out in 2020. So I think this is a great opportunity. It's either they're going to announce a new IP, or maybe they do like the Bureau 2, which would be what a great time to bring out the Bureau. Like they would spice it up a little bit. They'd make it a little bit better. Maybe get some noir vibe, like a little bit more noir than they did. But I think this is a great opportunity for a new XCOM title to be announced. So that is what I believe is going to happen. I'm not going to talk about the lights or anything. We might just hear like Commander, and then it just like starts off, and then you're just like, yeah, and then everyone is cheering, and then everyone who doesn't know what they're talking about is like, so what is they talking about? Like, what's happening? And then you just be like, just wait and just see this magnificent thing coming out. I've also seen a lot of like streamers starting to start playing XCOM, so maybe they know something we don't. So XCOM new title. That's my guess. Damation. My prediction.
So I'm not going to hold this against you, but out of curiosity, so you think
Yes.
it's like going to be XCOM 3 or just an XCOM reboot, or if you had to pick, Fee, what would you prefer that they do?
I would have to say that it'd have to be like an XCOM 3, because I think it'd have to be a continuation. As much as I would like to have kind of like go back in time and do like the historical aspect, I feel like after what we saw with Chimera, I think that having because Chimera, even though it was a new game, it wasn't like a full-on like mind-blowing like extension of what happened with XCOM 2. So I think it would have to be XCOM 3.
Okay. What if it was Terror from the Deep 2? How cool would that be? I would love that. I love Terror from the Deep. It was my first XCOM game back in the day. That's the XCOM game that takes place underwater for folks that don't know.
You know what? Why not like an XCOM BioShock feel to it? And they just deal with like the craziest aliens from underneath the water, because you know what? They've only explored like 10% of the ocean, guys, if you want to be scared for a moment. So enjoy that. It's just wild.
I was gonna say, like, exploring in that game with like the fog of war and stuff, it's like it's actually even more creepier than the other XCOM games, because it's underwater, so it just adds to the creepiness where you're just like, oh, look at that dark patch of water over there.
I love this.
Yeah. Luckless thing. But what if Commander isn't said? No points?
They have to say Commander. If it's an XCOM game, They have to. So I will go no points. If they show an XCOM game and they do not say Commander from either the start or the finish, I lose points, because there's no possibility. That is the most iconic thing, especially if for people who know, when they start up XCOM 2, when they say Commander for the first time, tears. I got so emotional when you first hear it, because you're like, been waiting so long, and then that happened. Oh, so good. So good.
All right. Seth, start us off. What do you think?
I had to Google this because as you were talking about BioShock, I thought I had a memory of there being like a PlayStation Vita BioShock Tactics game that got canceled. That is absolutely a real thing. I didn't make that up. That would have been amazing. God, that would have been so good. Anyways, I would love this. I think this would be really cool. I think that Summer Game Fest is actually the perfect place to announce. I think this is a Summer Game Fest feeling announcement. Like, it feels like the right scale for Summer Game Fest. It's also like, it's a game for the real heads. Like, I feel like the people would be into it. The hardcore gamers would be into it. Yeah, I would give this, I'm thinking a 7. I think I'm going to give it a 7 on this one. Just kind of like towing a little across the fence into the unlikely, but still, like, I could see it,
Okay.
I'll take it.
Nice. All right. As for me, you're getting a 6 from me. And there's a couple reasons why. Number one, this is a franchise, you were absolutely right. I feel like it's only a matter of when, if not if, they come back to at some point. Also, Firaxis just wrapped, Marvel's Midnight Suns a couple of years ago, so it's been a while since that game came out. So it's almost time. If it's not this year, it'll be next year that they announce like whatever their next big game is. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of reasons why I think this is very likely, and that's why I'm giving you a 6 instead of higher.
Excellent. I'll take it.
Yeah, Matt.
I'm on the same page. I feel like this is the time for it to come. It's been very too long, and this really is the perfect stage for it. So I'm gonna go with a 5. It's a safe prediction, but
5, 6,
Summer
7.
Games Fest is kind of unpredictable sometimes, so it'd be kind of weird if it didn't show up. But it's got to be announced that very, very soon. That game's coming, 100%.
Yeah, I think with especially with the popularity of what we saw with Baldur's Gate last year with the turn-based fighting, mind you, would I be opposed to an XCOM dating aspect to it? Absolutely.
Let's go.
I mean, that's a missed opportunity. I feel like, man, the amount of characters that you can create, that would cause the stress even higher. Like the idea of you lose a character that you're romancing, literally tears.
My beloved.
My beloved.
Yeah.
Can't handle it. Man, what a missed opportunity. But yes, awesome. I thank you for the points, everybody.
No, I just want this game to exist too. I love XCOM.
I do too.
I like this dating game too now.
Yeah,
I want that one
Right?
instead.
Too. Yeah.
I kind of want that one instead.
But that'll be a detriment to your team because it only probably has negative consequences.
That's the whole point. We need a negative aspect to it.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean,
All
I
right.
lost my mind when I lost one of my characters. I cried for a solid 10 minutes, and I put down the game
Aw.
controller because I couldn't handle it. Sad times.
That's sad.
Rest in peace, Ghost.
R.I.P. Ghost.
R.I.P. Ghost.
R.I.P. Ghost.
All right, Seth, give us your next prediction, my friend.
The lights dim.
God, again.
Again?
Kevin Hart takes
Oh,
the
boy.
stage again. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. For the no light based prediction for this one. I predict, and this is a bit of a safe one, but I'm kind of banking on the safe prediction netting me some points, because I feel like some of my other ones I'll probably lose points on. I want to get something safe. I want to bank something. I feel like this is fairly safe. Joseph Ferris pops up on this stage. Okay? No lights. I'm not going to go there. But the new game from Hazelight, we know that EA is going to be there. EA has published all of his games. It's been a few years now since It Takes Two. I think it's time. Jeff Keighley's got this whole rigmarole with Joseph Ferris, whatever the relationship they have. I think this is a good place, if not here, then the Game Awards. But I think that this year, and I'm hoping at Summer Game Fest, will be when we see the new Hazelight game. So that's my safe prediction. I think it's safe. Y'all tell me.
All right, Seth, you want to know how safe it is?
Please.
2. I'm giving you
Okay,
a 2
yeah.
for this prediction.
I'll take it.
For 2 points because it's a slam dunk of
Yeah.
a prediction.
Oh.
Very
take it.
appropriately getting 2 points for this
That's what I
one.
want.
Because duh. Whenever Joseph Ferris is ready to announce whatever his next game is, it'll either be at the Game Awards or at Summer Game Fest. And if that's this year, then of course it'll be here. So
I need money in the bank, Ryan. I
course.
need money in the bank.
it's important because again, we're making some outlandish predictions here, and it might be the only one that's correct.
That's right.
That's all it takes to win. Could just be the 2 points, right?
Yep. Matt, what do you think?
I'm going with the 2 as well. It's either going to be Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards. It's one of the
Yep.
others. 2024. 2 points.
Yep. What you got, Fee?
It's 2s across the board. I think
Let's
it's
go.
very reasonable that this is going to get announced. Especially since didn't they just announce that they're going to have like an actual live action series of It Takes Two? Like I'm
There's
pretty
a
sure
movie, I think.
I think it's
They're
a movie.
working on.
Yeah, it's some sort of film or TV. I didn't know which one was which, but it makes sense for it to be a movie. So yes, I think it's very probable. If not, they show like a trailer for that movie and then they announce a new game.
Yeah, sorry. Not to be confused with the 1995 Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen vehicle, It Takes Two. But a new It Takes Two movie based on the video game.
Correct.
Excellent.
2s.
Yeah, it's straight up, Seth. It's 2.
I'll take it.
But you
go.
know what? I'm glad that I wasn't the first one to do the super safe prediction. You got that out of the way ahead of me. So now I can now do my super safe prediction. My super safe prediction is a game that we actually saw at the Game Awards in December. It's going to get its release date here. Jurassic Park Survival gets an October release date. That's
Okay.
what I think is going to happen, because Jurassic Park Survival, for folks that don't know, it's the Jurassic Park game that's like Alien Isolation, where you're kind of running away from dinosaurs as they chase you down and trying to eat you. I'm very excited about that game, and I think that game's coming out this year. So it's going to get an October release date just in time for Halloween, because it's got the spooky elements, even though it's
Spooky.
Jurassic Park. So yeah, that's my safe prediction for this year. And then of course I'm going to go with a crazy prediction for my final one. But what do you think, Matt?
I feel like that game is going to come out this year, but I'm just not sure about the October release date. I feel like they might want to play it safer and come out earlier before the other bigger games come out in the fall season. So I feel like it's going to come out in August, if anything. So because you're locking in on October, I'll give you a 7. The game's coming. I just don't think it's October.
Okay, I'll take a 7. I was expecting 2, so hey, I'll take anything y'all are willing to give me here. Because yeah, I didn't want to be boring and just say it gets a release date, but yeah, I want to add a tinge of difficulty at least to it.
I like it.
Fee?
I think I'm going to give you a 5. Mostly because I definitely agree with you that it's coming out this year. I just don't know about October, because I'm thinking more on the lines of, do they want to be any sort of eligible for any sort of like game awards, which usually October is slightly pushing it. So maybe early October. A little bit of
Ryan knows.
True. I would agree, 5.
Okay.
Solid 5.
Solid 5. Okay.
Okay.
Seth?
I was going 4 on this one, Ryan, and it's because of the added difficulty of the called shot on the release date. I actually think Matt's dead on. I think August feels good for something like this. I like a quick turn, especially if it's something we've already seen and they're gonna like wheel it back out. That release date better be quick. That better be a pretty close turnaround. So I'm kind of with you. I don't think it's going to come out in October. I think it'll be here, but yeah, I think August feels better to me. But so yeah, I'll give you a 4.
Okay. I mean, hey, again, I was expecting 2s across the board. I'm okay with 4s, because it's one of those things where like I only think October versus August, because I just don't think they're gonna announce it and then release it in 2 months. Like I feel like they're gonna give it more of
Get
a
it out,
leeway
baby.
for that. So
Get it out there.
I mean, they can do that with something like Concord because it's a live service game. But I feel like
That's true.
a single player game like this, like I feel like they want to give it at least a little bit more of a runway than 2 months. So that was just my thought process behind that. But all right, moving on. Before Matt gives his final prediction, I want to go to the chat because I want to throw out there that we would love to hear from y'all what some of your predictions are. So what we're going to do is, as we go through our final round of predictions, if y'all want to leave your predictions in the chat for us, we will gather them up and then talk about them to kind of close out the show. So just wanted to throw that out there right now for everyone who's watching. Also, shout out to the 40 people that are watching us right now.
Good turnout.
On YouTube.
Thanks, y'all.
X.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
everyone. Yes. So huge thank you to everyone who came out tonight. And now, Matt, you can now regale us with your final prediction. And we'll do also, after we do the chat's predictions, we'll also do like a round of honorable mentions if we have anything left.
Going big or going with zeros for this prediction show. So my final prediction is they're going to finally announce Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, but they open it with the trailer for MGS Twin Snakes HD confirmed for Collection Volume 2, baby. I want it. I need... look, at that collection is coming out. Like, David Hayter, you know, he's been advertising the Master Collection Volume 1 quite a bit. And, you know, given his past relationship with Konami, it was very surprising to see how involved he's been with promoting that collection. I mean, is it possible that we're not getting Volume 2? It's possible, but the fact that he's promoting it so much, it's giving me some hope. Maybe too much hope where I'm being delusional, but I feel like it's going to come out. All the points, like Riley King says. Come on, give me all the
That's
points.
what Riley King said.
Little Delulu, as the kids say.
So if just so I can get this correct before Fee locks in her answer, you're telling me that it'll be Collection 2 with Twin Snakes HD all in one package. That's
I
what you're
feel
saying?
like it because they've already done MGS 1, 2, and 3 on the Master Collection Volume 1. So I
Okay.
feel like the next one has to be MGS 4, and then Twin Snakes, and then maybe... Did they do Portable Ops on Volume 1?
Nope, none of
They
the
did,
none
right?
of the
No.
PSP games.
So maybe something like that. But I feel like people have been begging and asking for... I mean, it's Konami. It'd be pretty outlandish for them to be like, here's the Volume Collection 2, and then we're selling Twin Snakes separately on its own. Or we just exclude it entirely. Like, that's too many slaps in my face. I
Okay.
can't handle that many.
No worries. I wanted to just set the stage so that we're all clear as to what we're actually grading here. So Fee, starts with you. What do you think?
You think Jeff Keighley came out here and said he was giving it a solid 8 out of 10 for this showcase, and you think I'm not going to give you a 10? That is incredibly outlandish. Like, you think you would rate it an 8 out of 10 and then do something like that? I'm not even a Metal Gear Solid fan, and I think that's absolutely wild. So 10 points. That's my first 10 points of the night, guys. That is...
I'll take it.
I love it. I love the like creative ideas, but that is wild. So 10 points.
Nice, Seth.
10 points, Matt. Because not only do I not think... I think Volume 2 is real. I do think that's going to be a thing. I don't think it's going to have Twin Snakes on it. I do think they're going to slap you in the face and not... No. I think it's going to be 4 Acid Portable Ops Peace Walker. That's what it's going to be.
Oh, boo.
I think it's going to be a pretty... I mean, the big selling point will be 4, because 4 has been stranded on PS3. But, you know, so I don't think it's going to be here at all. And if it were, I don't think it would have Twin Snakes. So, yeah, that's why you get the 10.
Fair.
Yeah.
So if I didn't include Twin Snakes, what would you give me?
I'd probably go like a 7 or 8 without Twin Snakes. Like if it was just a broad Volume 2 prediction, I'd probably go like an 8. But
So Twin Snakes is asking for too much from Konami.
yeah, Twin Snakes ain't gonna happen. Sorry.
So here's the thing. I actually
Ryan.
kind of agree with you. First of all, we know that Volume 2 is coming because Konami's already kind of announced that that's happening. So
Yeah.
that's a given. But I'm actually kind of with you that they probably will actually include Twin Snakes. I mean, they'll rip the rights from they'll rip the rights from Dennis Diak's cold dead hands and just put it in that collection because that'll be a thing. So I do agree with you that there's actually a pretty solid chance that Twin Snakes actually makes it in that collection, along with 4, maybe Portal Ops and Peace Walker. I think is kind of the lineup I imagine in my head. Maybe Acid and Acid 2 are kind of like the bonus games, or maybe even the Game Boy Color Metal Gear Solid game, which is actually
let's go.
a very good game.
Yeah,
it's
it
also
is.
very expensive. So I would love to see that in there. But you have me wanting to believe that they will come out on Jeff Keighley's show and announce a Metal Gear thing after everything that happened with Kojima and the whole stink that Jeff Keighley made about that. No, sir, that it'll never happen. 10 out of 10. Just flat
True.
10. It will. If this gets announced at all, it will never be at a Keighley show. It will be at a Nintendo Direct or an Xbox showcase or State of Play. Not here.
You think a Nintendo Direct? Oh, but that makes sense for Twin Snakes. That would
not
be a
only
good way
that-
to segue into it.
Not only that the last Master Collection was announced at a Nintendo Direct last year.
Ooh. Didn't think of that.
So yes.
You know what? Let's see what happens. You never know. I mean, hey, I could make this even more outlandish and say David Hayter comes on stage and announces it himself
The lights
with the
dim.
lights brightening up. No, the lights brighten up. I could do that too.
Go that way.
You know what? I'll play it
20
safe.
points
I'll play it safe and not include that in my prediction.
Doesn't matter. I'm still giving you a 10 regardless because they will not. I'm telling you right now, they will not announce a Metal Gear anything on stage with Jeff Keighley. So 10. 100%.
That's all I need. Just one of them. Just one of my predictions. That's all I need.
I mean, if this is
You'll have it
actually
locked in.
correct, like you will win this by a landslide.
You'll clean it up.
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, I have to at least you admire your bravery here.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Fee. Final prediction.
Okay, so I've come up with some pretty midline but kind of crazy ideas. So I kind of need some points here. On July 4th, there is a game coming out, and it's called Zenless Zone Zero, and they're going to showcase that on stage. They're either going to bring out some of the voice actors, whatever the situation might be, but they're going to highlight some of the characters that are coming out to really give hype. Last year, they highlighted Honkai Star Rail, and I think that's what they're all going to do here. They're going to show us more about Zenless Zone Zero because we know quite a bit, but at the same time, we haven't really seen too much trailer-wise. So I think to really get the summer hype going and to really say this is coming out this summer, guys, Zenless Zone Zero.
Okay. Now, for clarification purposes, before we go to Seth.
Of course.
Are you referring? So, if it's just a trailer and nothing else, do you still get points? Are you saying that it's more than just a trailer? Is what I'm saying? Also, I'm asking.
See, the thing is, it's difficult to say because for people who've seen what they've done with Honkai Star Rail, it's like a whole experience where they also get an orchestra coming out. They do things where they've done live action kind of weird alternate universe kind of things. So I feel like they'd it's difficult to say. I'm pondering between the two. You know what? I'm going to say it. They bring out something on stage about Zenless Zone Zero.
Okay.
And then and then they'll show the actual trailer for it to get people hyped for it. I think if there's a trailer, I'm going to say half points for just a trailer. If they bring out something, then I would say full points.
Okay.
Does that seem fair, or should I just go
That
all or
seems
nothing?
perfectly fair. That's why I wanted to make sure. It's just,
That's
just
fair.
So future Ryan knows how to grade this properly. That's all.
Completely fair.
Cool. So Seth, start us off.
So if it were going to be just a trailer, it'd be a 1. Or if there was any way to go less than a 1, you would have got it. It's gonna be there, for sure. But yeah, saying that there's going to be something more, I'll bump you up to a 4 for it. That's where I'm going. And also to make it clean, I didn't want to go 5, and then we got to work in 2.5 if you get half points. That's just messy. So I'm gonna go 4. Keep it clean.
I'm going to be that brave soul, Seth, and give her a 5 on this one.
Okay.
Because if you would have gone with a 5, Seth, then we could have had it nice and even.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it.
Nope. Too late now.
Okay.
Too late now, Seth. No, I'm sorry. I mean, actually, you don't know what Matt's going to say, too. Right?
That's true.
No point in revising until we know what Matt's going to say about this. But
True.
I'm going to say 5. That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm right in the middle because obviously I 100% agree with you, Seth, and that's why I made sure to ask if it was just a trailer. Because if it was just a trailer, 100% that's going to be there, and it would have been a 1. But
absolutely,
if you're saying that there's going to be more to it than that, then for sure it's deserving of a 5 at least.
That's completely valid. Yeah.
Along the same lines, if you said it was just a trailer, it would have just been a 1 or 2. But because there's something more, I'll give you a 6. Just to go up, go scope a little. Because I don't know. I really feel like it's just gonna be a trailer.
Okay.
That's fair. I'm hoping for more, especially with what we've seen with Honkai, because they have some phenomenal cosplayers. 2, just the amount of they've done literal concerts for Honkai Star Rail. For people who aren't aware, they have music videos. They have full-fledged albums. So I think we're gonna see something crazy on stage of some capacity. Maybe they just bring out the bear. Who knows? A live bear, or who knows? That would have been a 10.
Wow.
A real grizzly.
that would have been terrifying. I would have been terrified for everybody at that point. Just
Could you
bring out a
imagine?
grizzly bear in an outfit. Nah,
Oh my
that
God.
that would be a lot of danger. um,
You think?
That's show business, though. That's show business, right?
It's a good
Gotta
show,
get the
baby.
views.
Yeah.
Yep.
but yeah, thank you. So it's just to confirm, it's a 4, 5, and a 6.
Yep.
Just happened that way.
Yep.
Fabulous.
So 15. So you'll get 7.5 points if
Nice
split
and
in
round
half.
number.
Nice round number. That's just the way Mama intended. All right, Seth. Final prophecy from the future, my friend.
Okay. This is a pure Seth wish fulfillment prediction. Just purely like something that I want to see. And we know that Ubisoft will be there. We know that Ubisoft also has their own Ubisoft Forward happening. I think they're going to give like Summer Game Fest a little taste, like a little something that is not like something they would put in their own Ubisoft Forward. One of my favorite games of all time is a game called Driver San Francisco. And Driver San Francisco has been delisted from all platforms for years. I posit that at Summer Game Fest they will announce Driver San Francisco Remastered for all modern platforms, and I will shed manly tears if that happens. So there you go. The lights dim. No dim lights.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad that wasn't the craziest thing you said, because you were talking about Driver San Francisco at Summer Game Fest 2024.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I need to go into coma mode, Seth, in order to
Let's go.
arrive at my points total for you. Because for folks that don't know, that was the whole gimmick of that game, was going to coma mode. You take
It's
over different
amazing.
drivers around San Francisco. It was so weird. Yeah, it's a 10. This game's never coming back ever. I'm
Come
sorry,
on,
Seth.
Ryan.
I
Come on,
wanted to.
Ryan.
I wanted to. Yeah, in fact, you know what, Seth? I wanted to come back so much. I would gladly give you 10 points if it came back.
Okay.
So,
All right.
100% it's getting 10 points, because I don't think this game ever sees the light of day. In fact, I think it's more likely we get a re-release of 50 Cent Blood on the Sand than we do of this game. Both came out around the same
I'd be
time.
happy with that too. Yeah.
I'd like that game.
Yeah. Matt?
I'm going with a 10 as well. I don't see this game coming out. I'm sorry. I mean, if it comes out, I'll be happy for you. But a remaster of it too, really? Like a
You're
10.
tearing me apart.
Sorry, friend.
Nice.
Okay.
V?
Well, it doesn't help for the fact I've never heard of this game in my life. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Seth.
It's okay.
It's see, we have another driving game coming up out within the next few years that I feel like people are more inclined to play, but then again, it's not off brand for Ubisoft to randomly release a random IP that is kind of associated with like another game franchise, but that at the same time it doesn't do very well, and then we never hear about it again. So I'm giving you a 10. So I just don't think this is gonna happen. No, but here's the thing. I'm gonna be so excited for you if they do this, just randomly out of the blue and not even on their own showcase. But then again, that's also on brand for Ubisoft, because they love to release everything and announce everything before their actual showcase. I'm really okay. I do like Ubisoft, by the way. I'm not just trying to be really mean. It's just it's kind of on brand. So I'm gonna say a 10. But you know what? I'll be so happy if you
I
get
will
this.
freak out if that happens, y'all. Freak out.
Nice.
We love it.
Yeah. We'll be there too. Like, that's the thing. We'll be there to see this in person with Seth to see. So there you go. Driver San Francisco coming back. I guess. Well, Seth obviously knows something, because he's from the future. He told us already.
I'm in a coma right now, Ryan.
Oh,
I'm in a.
You're using coma mode to reach back
That's
to the
right.
past. Oh my
Yes.
God. I remember that being a thing. Again, I mainly know that game from listening to old Podcast Beyond episodes where Greg and Colin would just talk nonstop about the
Amazing
things
game.
you could do in coma mode. Oh my God. It was so
Genuinely
silly.
amazing game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my final prediction is one that I actually think might make a certain bearded person here very happy if it actually came out. Because we know that this game's coming. It's already been announced. But I think the first of Sega's revived franchises releases this year. It's Jet Set Radio Remix is what it'll be called, and it is given a November 2024 release date.
Holy crap.
Wow.
You got a title, you got a release date.
Very specific.
Yep, because we of course had that big announcement at the Game Awards of Sega bringing back a whole bunch of their old games. We got that new Golden Axe game coming. We got that new Streets of Rage game coming. We got a new Crazy Taxi. But we also know a brand new Jet Set Radio game is coming. And I think that's the first one out the gate. It's the one that, to me, when I go back and watch that trailer, it's the one that looks the most complete to me. So,
sure. And
we also saw this back. There was in the leaked footage with Persona 3 Reload when that got leaked as well. So I feel like this is the closest of those games. So I think this year, all the ducks will be in a row. Jet Set Radio Remix is what it'll be called and be out this year. So look out for that. Wow. What do you think, Matt?
So just confirming, if it's called something different, 0 points, half points?
0 points.
0. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, if we're locking in the title and that date, I'm gonna go with like a 9. I feel like that game is coming. I feel like you're right, but again, I don't know if you said October, right, or November?
November. Yeah.
You said I feel like there's just.
I was gonna say that my reasoning behind that is just Sega has been actually very comfortable releasing a lot of their games in November the last couple of years. So I feel like if this game comes out this year, it'll be November.
I feel like it's not coming out this year with that title. 9s. Okay. I'll be happy for people, but
I'll take it.
Don't see it.
What's a guy got to do to get a 10? Like how much crazier would it be?
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Hold on. Chance. I know a way, Seth. Yeah. I'll add in the lights dim.
Yes. The lights dim. Yes.
Then I'll give you 100. Yeah, if the lights dim for that game.
The lights are not going to dim for that game. I am not adding that. I am not adding that.
No. Oh boy.
All right. Fee, what do you think?
I think it has to. I'm going to say a 10. I think coming up with the name and saying it's coming out in November and it's going to be released is a lot. So I'm going to have to go with it. Once again, shout out to games I don't have any idea what they are. I think it's a 10. Yeah. Solid 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll take a solid 10. I'm a big fan of the solid 10s. I mean, I'm also a big fan of Lachlan saying you're all 10s in my heart.
Aww. How sweet.
Thanks, Lachlan.
Thank you.
Seth.
Ryan, you know that I appreciate your candor. You know Jet Set Radio Future is tied with The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask as my favorite game of all time.
I knew you'd
and
like
so
this.
Nothing would make me happier than for this to be true. As skeptical as I kind of am of this new entry, but yeah, the title, the called shot with the title and the release date, it kind of has to be a 10. I could actually see it. I think you actually make a great point with the fact that it was leaked at the same time as I forgot about that as Persona 3 Reload. Yeah. It probably is further along than we assume.
It's the only one of those games, by the way, that was part of that leak as well. So just
it's a great point. It's a great point. And I hadn't considered that, but yeah, it's the title and the release date. I think gets you the 10. I would love for this to be true though.
Oh my God. I'm so ready to clean up with on this, y'all. I'm so ready for Jet Set Radio Future. Oh my God. This is one of those games too, Seth. We're like, you and I both will collectively be very excited about this. And I can't wait. Because you know it's going to happen at some point. They will announce the release date for this game, whether it's here or somewhere else. Like we know it's coming. So very excited. Very excited. Well, I feel like it's time now that we go through some of the chat responses. So, oh my God, some of these are just very silly. So first off, Riley King says, I predict Keanu Reeves will come out to introduce the trailer for Sonic 3. It's a thing. We need it. I mean, I would actually be very surprised if that didn't happen. Yeah.
I think it's there.
I think it might.
Yeah.
It's the year of Shadow after all. Sega keeps telling us it's the year of Shadow.
It is the year of Shadow.
They've barely announced anything Shadow related. So I think, maybe that's going to happen. Star Athena says, I want the Wholesome Direct to announce the Hello Kitty game is coming to all platforms.
Yes, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. That's currently only on iPad. I'm thinking that's what they're referring to.
Yep.
And
Oh.
I really enjoy that game. And
Cool.
I think it's a crime that it's not on Nintendo. It's never really truly made sense to me. But as someone who's played it extensively on their iPad, I'm hoping to see that it comes out on other consoles. It's a lot of fun.
People like that game a lot. People
It's
like that
true.
game a lot. Well, next
can see
one,
it.
we got HVAC Sparky who says, we get a new Battlefield game announced. I think the timing makes sense because it's been a long time since Battlefield
I don't know.
2142. So I think it's time for them to announce it. Maybe in the next year or two.
If
for
not
the
now,
next
then
Battlefield.
when?
Next year.
Yeah.
It'll either be this year or next year. I think the new Battlefield's coming.
Yeah.
And EA is going to be there, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
So,
EA will be there. Yep.
yeah. Peje P says, my prediction was hoping to see Kingdom Hearts 4, but that got stomped into the ground yesterday.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope. No KH4.
that's true.
Nope.
Fleet also chimes in, my workmate has predicted that Kingdom Hearts 4 will be shown with a trailer and maybe a year announcement of 2026 with no release date announced at all. He really wants Kingdom Hearts 4 news. Again, they kind of confirmed this is not happening, unfortunately, which is too bad. Presto the Magnificent says, start with Ben Schwartz on screen and then have him say, and my friend, and then have Keanu come to the stage with all me or something
Okay.
playing.
That would be amazing,
Wow.
though. To have all of me playing when Keanu comes on stage, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just full Sonic right there. Full circle. Riley King says 50 Cent comes on stage to announce Blood on the Sand
Let's
2.
go.
That's-
Let's go.
I'd like it. It's not happening, but I'd like
Full
it.
sequel.
No, dude, I want that game to come back so bad. It makes me so sad that that's
a fun game.
Very expensive Xbox 360 game.
Is it expensive?
Yes, because it's backwards compatible on Series X, but only if you have the physical copy.
Wow.
So after they announced that game like shot up in price and is now
that right?
It's now one of the most expensive Xbox 360 games, which is
Wow.
very silly to think about. But it's very cheap on PlayStation 3, so you can play it there, I guess. And then Riley chimes in as well, saying either that or Blue Point announced a Blood on the Sand remake. So there you go. There you go.
If
Yeah, by
only.
Blue Point, yeah, high quality.
Yeah, has to be by
Blue
them.
Point level.
Yep. Riley also chimes in with this one. EA announces Fight Night Round 5 or an NBA Street game.
Let's go NBA Street.
That'd
be
NBA Street
great.
Volume 2.
Yeah,
Oh
please.
my god.
I would love that. I would love just
very happy.
just EA Big to come back just in general. Like SSX, NBA Street, like
Can you imagine?
God forbid, Matt, what if they eventually did like an NHL Street game? Like how cool would that be?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, that'd be fantastic. I don't see EA going that route, but I'd lose my mind.
Yeah. Canucks like us would be freaking out. It'd be crazy.
NBA Street Volume 2, one of my favorite like sports adjacent games of all time. What a game. Hell of a game.
100%. Purple Bunker Entertainment says PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2.
Let's go.
That game's
At Summer Games Fest. That's
Yeah.
No, but
Not here.
it's kind of like your Horizon one, and it appeals to a mass
No.
audience, maybe.
This isn't the title for that one. No.
Maybe they'll
I think
actually
so.
bring Dart back this time. Please.
Oh yeah,
Sony.
bring Dart
Maybe.
back.
Yeah. Dart was supposed to be in the second round of DLC for All-Stars 1, and it just never came out. We saw prototypes of them. So, and then the final one comes from Yarden, who says, I just want a replaced release date.
Oh yeah.
Which,
It has been a minute.
yeah. I don't think we get that here. I think if we get that at all, that'll be at Xbox, I think. Because that's where they announced it, and I think Xbox has the marketing for
That
replace.
makes sense.
Yeah.
What about like Katana Zero DLC that's supposed to be coming out? That for some reason that just
Seth,
reminded me
I
of Katana
would
Zero.
I would freak out. I would freak
Yeah.
out. I don't think so though.
He's been working on
It's
that
been
for
like what?
years, man.
Yeah, like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
Like it's been a long time. Like it might as well be a full blown sequel at this point. But
My God.
lose my mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of DLC stuff there, too, because we'll probably see, Street Fighter DLC,
Tekken.
like Zenless. We'll see some Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail DLC. We'll probably see another trailer for Dawn Trail there, Fee. They'll just show another one. probably
Tekken,
coming
Mortal
out soon.
Kombat.
Yeah. Yeah, Tekken. Maybe there's some more Tekken characters. But let's go around the horn. So I still think there's some stuff. Did we have any honorable mentions? I mean, Matt, you kind of came into our prediction show very late, so I don't know if you had any other predictions you kind of held off on.
Honorable mention is Metroid Prime 2 HD Shadow dropped because at the Nintendo Direct, they're going to finally show Metroid Prime 4. So it gets people in the hype by shadow dropping it. Here's a little something from Nintendo. Not their biggest stuff, because I think they're going to save their other remasters and HD ports for later, but I think they're going to give it a little taste of Metroid Prime, because Metroid Prime 4 is the one more thing at the Nintendo Direct.
Just don't do that to me, man. Just don't give me hope. I want that so bad. I mean, I still think that'll be like, I think both are going to be at the Nintendo Direct this year.
I think
this
so
is
too.
This is
Both
not a
of them?
Nintendo Direct.
Whoa.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think all three of those Metroid Prime games are coming out. 2, 3, and Prime 4. I think they're all coming out this year. But I don't know.
Now it's at the same Direct?
Yeah. Like they'll be like they'll basically do a thing. But here's how I envision it. They'll have the trailer for Prime 4, and then afterwards they'll have a little kind of like JPEG saying you can pre-order Prime 4 now, but then also you can get these two games too.
Yeah.
They've done
Automatic
that before with
10
other
out of
stuff.
10 Direct.
Yeah,
Let's go.
100%. Yeah.
Nice.
How about you, Fee? Did you have any other honorable mentions?
Okay, so this one was so like absurd that I just like kept it off my list. But if this happens, I'm just gonna cry. So essentially what's gonna happen, the lights are gonna dim, and then all of a sudden we just hear like and we see like this kind of like window gate kind of open up, and then we hear like just like someone like this speaker going and we see this character walk in. And he says, "Oh, I brought my passport." And it's Georgie from Papers, Please. And he just tries to pass his passport. And
From
we just find out
Please?
from Papers, Please. Because they bring out with like Papers, Please remaster or something. Or just something absolutely wild. Where we get to see some sort of 3D aspect. Because I know the creator of the game made kind of like this almost like pixel, kind of like very like wild pirate game that was black and white, but it was
Obra
3D
Dinn.
in a way. Yeah, so I think that would be kind of cool to see kind of like a new variation of Papers, Please. Because you know what? I love Papers, Please, and I think that would
Amazing
be phenomenal.
game.
Just
Yeah.
great. Also, Georgie's just a phenomenal character.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's just so good. And then you have to turn him away because we have to tell him that no, just a crayon photo of his face with a little smiley face with like the words like Summer Games Fest. And then all of a sudden at the very end, it's just like glory to Ostroska. And then it just, oh, so good.
Yeah, I was
Man.
gonna say what I was trying to think of it. Is it was like Vladistroyska or something like that? I was trying
Yeah,
to think
glory
of
to
what it is.
Ostroska.
Yeah.
And then it's like
Great
bomb,
game.
bomb, bomb. But and then it just starts
Yeah.
bomb, ba bomb, bomb, ba bomb.
That like sort of Eastern Bloc music. It's a hell of a game. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. What am I?
Yeah, you should play Little Guardsman. Yarden makes the point. If you like Papers, Please, you should play Little Guardsman.
I've never heard of this game before. I'll have to go check it out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's very
any-
cute. It's
I need
you'd
to
like
play
it.
more Border Patrol games. That's for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, Fee. When you were starting to talk about that announcement, I thought you were actually ready to say that they were going to announce the Papers, Please Border Patrol person was going to be the newest character in Multiverses. Like they were going to have like a character trailer, and like the Border Patrol person letting like Shaggy in, but he's got like the scribbled on kind of face on his passport, and it's just like that's what I was
Incredible.
expecting.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. I have to address this comment right away before I go to you, Seth. Riley King says, with the release of the Friends 4K Ultra HD set coming in September, will we get a sequel to Friends, the one with all the trivia on the PlayStation 2?
of course.
Of course.
That's
Why not?
a one, Riley. Yeah.
We already know that Friends role-playing game that I pitched on the RPG Cave is coming, okay? We know that this is a thing.
The one with the stats.
Yes.
The Friends RPG.
Yes. It'll be there for you, okay? It will be. It will be. But Seth, any other things?
I have three. I have three
Oh.
quick little honorable mentions because I came prepared in case there's any overlap. We didn't wind up having any overlap for mine anyways. I think Little Nightmares 3 is going to be here with an updated release window. They recently delayed Little Nightmares 3, and they said they were going to have more info in the summer. Bandai Namco is one of the confirmed partners for this. kind of makes sense. I think that's probably going to be here. I think that Valve's Deadlock, which has been getting leaked like to hell and back over the past few weeks, probably going to be here. I imagine that's Valve's like upcoming like hero shooter thing. And then my final, I was kind of thinking maybe that Game Freak's Project Bloom might be finally revealed here, where we saw the concept art for that like late last year. They're publishing that with Private Division. I think maybe. So
Those are probably the three most accurate predictions you threw out there, Seth.
Maybe.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The dimming of the lights really added the difficulty to the Borderlands question. But
The lights will dim. Mark my words.
Hashtag lights will dim.
Hashtag the lights will dim.
On X, that'll be a thing. But yeah, I like those. Those are good predictions. And, ones that are realistically, I think there's a good possibility of all three of them happening. But as for me, I had kind of a safe one then, and kind of a very out there one in reserve. So my safer one was BioShock 4 is officially announced. It's called BioShock 4, and it's given a Q1 2025 release date. So it's not given a specific date in Q1 25, but they will specifically say Q1 2025. That's what they'll say for BioShock.
You think they'll call it BioShock 4 though?
I mean, they could come up with something fancy, but I think they'll do it the odds and evens kind of thing they've got going. You know, BioShock 1 was just BioShock, and then BioShock 2 was BioShock 2, and then BioShock Infinite, you know, kind of in the middle, but then they'll go back to BioShock 4. But
I can see it.
So that was my safer one. And my out there one, which was inspired by me watching X-Men 97, an X-Men beat 'em up game in the style of TMNT Shredder's Revenge is announced, and it's coming this fall.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yes.
I feel like that's actually very likely.
I
feel like that actually really happened. Yeah.
I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up games. I love beat 'em up games in general, and the X-Men arcade game is like a very special game that my brother Kyle and I played a ton growing up. So I would love to see them just bring back that idea similar to Shredder's Revenge and do something with that. Especially because, again, they had an entire episode of X-Men 97 that was just that. So, like, the fact that they don't have an actual game, especially with the game that they were showing, that episode looked like the type of game I wanted that to be. It's just like, it just made me sad that doesn't exist. Yeah. Yeah. Because in that, they called it X-Men The Rise of Jubilee was what it was called. So.
Oh, let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, just 1-to-1. Bring it straight over.
They really could. They really could. You know, bring Dazzler back. You know, Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, Dazzler.
Throw
Oh
maybe
my
Jubilee
gosh.
and Sunspot in there from X-Men 97. You know, have a good time. It'd be fun. Have some 8 players
this
probably online, just like the original cabinet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
I want it.
yeah. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it for our predictions. Look at that. We did a prediction show here. So. First off, before I do the outros real quick, I just want to throw, refer people to the fact that in about 15 minutes, we will be doing the RPG Cave on this very channel. Myself and Garrett Bland will be here to talk about role-playing games that we would like to come back from the dead. So I would encourage y'all to tune in for that. We would be much excited if y'all would be excited. Also, shout out to the 49 people that are currently watching us now across both X
y'all.
and YouTube. Huge thank you to everyone who's came out tonight and for also sharing your predictions in the chat with us. All right. Before we go, Matt, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me as Nagachaka in the Carpool Gaming Discord, on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. That's where you can find me, people.
Nice. Fee?
People can find me over on my Twitch channel at Zeranix, where I've been playing all sorts of fun free-to-play games like Honkai Star Rail. And I'm definitely going to be playing Zenless Zone Zero when it comes out. So definitely go check me out over there. It's got a lot of fun.
Nice. Seth, where can people find you?
Of course, you can find me at $2 Hero on Twitter/X. I'm also in the Carpool Gaming Discord, of course. You can tune in on Thursday, where I will be part of the Nintendo Drive crew, giving our Nintendo Direct predictions as well. If you like predictions like this, stick around. Hashtag the lights will dim. Okay?
Hashtag the lights will dim. It's happening. And also make sure to tune in, because y'all, of course, we're here for Summer Game Fest predictions. Tune in on June 7th. That's this Friday at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be watching Summer Game Fest together. And I think most of this crew will be here. So please be excited for us to sit down and watch Summer Game Fest together. But as for me, you can find me on the old Twitter at Ryan Tifford. You also find us on Twitter at Carpool Gaming, right here, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming, and of course, podcast services around the globe. So from Matt, Fee, and Seth, I'm Ryan, and this has been Carpool Gaming Presents Summer Game Fest 2024 Predictions, and we're out. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.